Hey guys, it's Alex here, and today I want to give you my market prediction. Where do I see us heading here? Are we going to drop again tomorrow, or should you probably buy this dip? Okay, so if you could stick with me through this video, I'm going to tell you my exact answer, and I'm going to give you a strategy on what I think we should be doing heading into tomorrow. So definitely stick through with me. But before we can get into what's going to happen going to the future, we must first understand what has happened. What happened today? Okay, what is the state of the market? Okay, because prices are not independent of each other. Markets have a memory, markets have personality, and they do depend on what's happened previously. And for that reason, we must take a look at what happened today. So I'm going to start off by recapping our day in the Crash Trading Club. And you're going to see my first trade of the day today was shorting Tesla bounces. Now, if you're in the Crash Trading Club, you get all these messages where basically I give our members the top trades. That link's going to be in the description if you're interested. But the reason I'm going to show you our trades and how this ties into the market and what it did today is because we understood the state of the market. So why would we short Tesla is because we believed the market was about to reverse bearish. Okay, so we were highly bearish on it yesterday here because we noticed that all sectors were hitting a top. Now, what do I mean by this? We'll take a look at these sectors. So most people think the S&P 500 is just technology. I mean, obviously people know it's the overall market, but everyone acts like Apple and Amazon and Microsoft are the only freaking stocks in the market, which is obviously not true. You have other sectors. Starting off with jets. This is going to be like your airlines, okay? So you could see how highly overextended the airlines are in relation to the NASDAQ. Look at the NASDAQ. They're at the bottom, whereas jets, okay, travel is just beginning their descent. So we have a lot of downside in travel. We have a lot of downside in energy. Okay, look at energy. They're still at their peak. And so we knew this pullback was inevitable because look at energy. They're up from 40 points to 50 points in just the last 2 weeks. Okay, what that means is they're up 20% in just 2 weeks. That's not a sustainable rate of growth. If that's sustainable, we're going to see energy sector at 100 points within the next, 3 months, 2 months. So obviously it's not sustainable. So we're anticipating a pullback in these major sectors that are not Apple, Microsoft, or Amazon, which is obviously the technology sector, NASDAQ. Okay, so people don't realize there are other sectors besides technology. And so then the last sector we're going to get into here is KRE, which is the banks. And so look how highly overextended they are. Now the two bearish sectors we currently have right now are XBI, which is the biotechs. You can see they're getting pummeled just like the NASDAQ. And you can also see that we've got the NASDAQ crushed, right? So these are the five major sectors, I would say. You've got travel, you've got NASDAQ, you've got banks, you've got energy, and you've got biotechs. Two of them are highly bearish, which is NASDAQ and biotechs, okay, as you can see there. So that means the market, for it to go higher, we are relying and we are depending on three main sectors, which includes, okay, the banks, the travel sector, and the energy sector. Okay, so right off the bat, you can see 3 out of 5 sectors are still bullish, but they're at their peaks, guys. These things are highly overextended, and so if these convert and shift bearish, that just points to so much more downside in the current market. Okay, so that's a very brief explanation of what we see going on here is, okay, we've got 2 bearish sectors, 3 bullish sectors. The bullish sectors are at their peaks. If these bullish sectors start to come down, it's going to be really, really ugly. And that's what you're seeing right now, is these highly overextended sectors are finally starting to pull back. I mean, take a look at this. You've seen RCL has shot higher over 40% in just the last week. Okay, so these travel stocks were getting bought very heavily, and it was almost a bubble. It was just pushing higher at an extreme rate of growth. And so another way to put this into perspective is if RCL is going to continue growing at that rate, we're going to see RCL at 200 points in the next month, which is obviously not going to happen, right? So this is where logic comes into play, and where a lot of people say, but the market's highly irrational. Logic doesn't work in the stock market. No, it does. You just need to know how to use your logic correctly. And so this is why we're so bullish on Tesla, obviously, because, okay, it bounced yesterday, but look at the volume. It's super, super weak. We've got way more sellers in, and when the NASDAQ dumps off, when the market dumps off, Tesla is the weakest stock currently. I mean, these guys have dumped off 30%. 33% in just the last month. Okay, so when you're looking to short the market, Tesla is one of the weakest stocks. That's why it was our #1 trade for the day. Shorting Tesla bounces is my favorite trade today. Second, Best Buy short the bounce. Now, also before we get into Best Buy, which is our second trade, you got to realize, right? We picked Tesla because we believed the market was shifting bearish and because we knew Tesla's the weakest stock right now. When you're trying to choose one of these large cap companies to short. Now, Best Buy was our next trade, but Tesla dropped 40 points today. So this was a magnificent move to the downside. A lot of money was made there, and if you were in a trading group, you would have been a part of that. But our second trade, which was also phenomenal, was Best Buy. And so we said short the bounce in Best Buy. Now, if you don't know how to read charts, you would have probably been buying calls, okay? Because check out this message I sent our group here. I said, the more bullish Best Buy looks, the better. Do not let bullish price action fool you. This is actually the best time to get into the stock. And when we say get into the stock, we mean on the put side, short it. And we said when everyone thinks it's bullish. So basically, Best Buy starts rocketing higher at the open. But when you know how to read charts, you follow a system, and you know how to enter the trades like we do, this is actually exactly when we shift into bearish. And so we got a magnificent move to the downside. This tripled your money or even more. Okay, and that was another great trade for us. Now, the third trade of the day was Teladoc calls. But, okay, check out this message, 8:07 a.m. Well, if you take a look here at 8:03 a.m., I gave specific instructions on this trade. I said for Teladoc, if it breaks below the bottom, I will not be looking to trade it today. But this was our trade. Basically, we wanted to have one bullish play in case the market decided to stay irrational, in case it's decided to stay bullish today. And so this was going to be our bullish play if the market was bullish. And so what happens is it breaks through the bottom level. So we did not go bullish on this thing. And because there was no aggressive buyers at this levels. We saw the market was dumping. Our market prediction obviously came to fruition, which we actually said a couple videos ago. We said, hey, the market, basically I explained it to you in this video about how the sectors are overextended, and that's why the market is not likely to go much higher at these levels. So it was bullish the last couple days, but basically we told you, we said, look at the bigger picture. Okay, just because it's bullish for a couple days, just because the news headlines say, hey, stocks recovered, doesn't mean it's actually, going to sustain that recovery, because you need to take a look at the bigger picture and what's going on. So go ahead and watch that video. I think it was like 1 or 2 videos back. I'll link it here under this video. But that being said, those are our top 3 trades today, and I hope you can understand why we took them. It's mostly because of the market conditions, and those were phenomenal. So now that we understand the market right now, we understand we are in a gaseous state, which means particles move quicker, meaning volatility is rampant. We are moving at a quicker rate than usual. This means that we are likely to continue our gaseous state into tomorrow, right? So when you think about the market, think about 3 states of matter. You've got solid, liquid, and gas. Currently, we are in a gaseous state. And you can clearly see this through the volatility index. Now, what I want to show you is going to be eye-opening to a lot of you, because I know a lot of you don't know how to read the charts, and a lot of you don't pay attention to details. So check this out. Volatility hit a peak of 31 today at this level of 38.10. Last time we hit this level of 38.10, volatility only hit a peak of 27. So what does that tell you right now? That's a clear VIX divergence. Basically, at the exact same level at 38.10, volatility is 4 points higher currently, which shows you that at this level, the volatility, the fear in the market is much greater than last time we reached this level. So where the average trader investor thinks, holy crap, double bottom, let me buy the dip, what they don't realize is that market participants are much more fearful currently at this level. And for that reason, I believe the market will continue dropping when you consider that fact, right? The volatility index is much greater at this level currently than we were last time. And then when you combine the fact that these sectors, guys, they have not even yet began to truly correct. Look how much downside you have here, right? Look how much downside you have in the jets, in the travel sector. Look how much downside you have in the energy sector, okay? And so this is why we believe there is so much more downside currently in this market, and so I hope this was eye-opening to you. We've got VIX divergence, right? We've got higher volatility at the exact same level where people think this is a double bottom. They try to buy the dip. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the market could potentially gap up going into tomorrow, but I do believe it's going to breach this 38.10 level tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, by Monday, okay, because you can see how bearish things are adding up to be, the VIX and the sectors, right? And so once again, most people, they just focus, they're like, oh, if Apple's up, the market's going to be up. If Apple's down, the market's going to be down. But what you don't realize is there are other sectors involved. Technology is not the only sector in the S&P 500, and the fact that we have so much correction to be made in these highly overextended sectors is why we can drop just that much further. Okay, so Look, I don't want to get crazy and I don't want to piss people off, but with the way things are lining up currently, you could easily see this market hit 3,600 here in the next week or so. And then from there, we'll go from there. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so I can keep you up to date on where we're heading next. But ultimately, tomorrow, I would be looking to short the market again. Realize, yes, this is a strong support level for us currently, but it's defining which levels are we going to break through that separates the good from the best traders. So make sure you learn how to read charts. That link's going to be in the description where we go super in depth, super in detail on how to read these charts because it's truly going to change the way you trade, and you'll never buy this dip again. Okay, you would have known if you knew how to read the charts and you got burned buying this dip. If you knew how to read the charts, the point is you would have never bought that dip. Okay, so make sure you click the link in the description. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you found this useful. These were our top 3 trades, and if you want to join our Crash Trading Club, where I send out these messages to our WhatsApp group, where I line you up with the absolute best trades, that link is going to be in the description. You can join us there, and let's rock and roll, guys, because it's a crazy market environment. And I give really good updates to help you gauge your way through the market, and we're gonna make a lot of money together. So make sure you get started, guys. You got to take advantage of these opportunities while they're here because the market is not going to stay in this gaseous state forever, right? Just like when things evaporate, they condensate and they come back down and precipitate, and we'll head into liquid form here soon. So while we're in a gaseous state in the market, you got to take advantage because this is where the most money is made if you know how to operate in these crazy conditions, and we can help you do that. So guys, my name is Alex. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned a couple things and why we believe the market's going to head lower here. I know a lot of you guys are frothing at this 50-day moving average, but time will tell. And if we're right and the market breaches this level like we predict, breaches that 50-day moving average, I think that proves to you that you got a lot more to learn. Okay, so definitely do yourself a favor. Take our charts course when you cash out on this drop tomorrow. And I hope you enjoy it, guys. Be on the lookout. And remember, we're not going to be 100% right 100% of the time. But it's important you know how to adapt to the situations, right? We are in a gaseous state. So, just make sure you obviously in our Crash Trading Club, we're going to keep you up to date. But if something happens, something changes, and you're just on the YouTube channel, you're really missing out on these, real-time updates that I'll be giving to help you get through the crazy conditions we have right now. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I taught you a couple things. And by the way, let me know if you have any questions. If you are against me here, if you're going to buy the dip, it's all good, guys. We can all have differing views. I'm just giving you mine, trying to show you some things maybe you weren't considering. And I hope this video helped you guys. Drop a like if you haven't already, guys. That's going to help the channel. And if you really care about this channel, sharing it would be awesome, guys. So my name is Alex. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.